All right.
Live, the Two Office Talk. Tonight we will discuss off-body carry, EDCs, spare magazines, and gun gadgets, along with a bunch of other things that we have possible topics for tonight. All right, we're back. We're about to get this show started. We got a great host of topics. We're fighting through
First thing
every
we're going to do
day.
is thank our sponsor.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm giving us also let everybody know we're two amateurs and we do this thing for the love
Oh, we're
of it.
not
And
amateurs.
we're getting there. We're intermediate
Yeah.
amateurs. We're
This is a
above
lot of fun.
ones.
This is fun.
It is. It is. It's a lot of fun. So here's a word from our sponsor, Sabertine Tactical LLC. All your needs for firearm training as well as equipment.
And to go to the tab at the top right and go to classes.
And we have
then we have all the classes.
one-on-one. That's our favorite one and our best seller so far. Basic firearms training. Another one coming up end of the month, July 30th. Semi-automatic rifle tomorrow. Got a great group. It's already closed. We have, I think it was 6. I added another person who's a good friend of ours, and he wanted to come out, and then he's going to be in this. We have 6 individuals looking forward to working those rifles. Then we have concealed carry and medical class, which is coming up on August 13th. That's a great class to learn in the heat, and learn how to stop the bleed, stop bleeding. That's a very important thing to know, whether you're carrying a firearm or you're just out for a walk. Know how to stop bleeding. It doesn't matter if it comes from a bullet.
And we teach you some tactics and actually doing that too, so you don't get shot by police.
All right, now next one, if you scroll down, and we got another shotgun class coming up in August 6th. And then we have medical and rifle battle class. It's a great one. If you add the medical class, the first one, and then you put this one together, you learn to move. And the same thing that Al was just speaking about in reference to learning what to do when dealing in, say, law enforcement shows up and something has happened, what words to use and what actions to use. Those things are very important. Rifle and PCC class, that was July 10th. And that was a good one. Rifle and tactical gear class coming up November 12th. That's really, really, really like the grandfather of all the other trainings that we do. You should definitely show up for that one because that we put everything together. If you learn, like guys will come out tomorrow, they're going to learn how to move and maneuver and understand their rifles. Put all that stuff together with the gear that you may own, whether it's a plate carrier or a magazine rig, chest rig, coupled with your holster for a pistol, magazine holders for all that. Put all that stuff on, bring it out, and let's see if it works. Really,
right.
that's bottom line what it comes down to. By the end of the day, some of that stuff is going in the trash. Some of the stuff you may leave right there on the range.
Or I can sell you some more stuff.
And then then you can click the next button over. See how I did that? So click the next button over.
And online store.
And now you can go there and pick gear that's actually vetted by a professional, the guy below me, who definitely knows what he's doing. And you have medical gear as well as tactical gear, from plates, chest carriers, chest plates, scissors. All the medical equipment comes from a reliable source in America.
Right. And also too, the custom engraving, and I did bring some samples down tonight to I'll make the screen bigger. And this time some of the magazines I was working on, I work on metal magazines. I ain't put nothing in the back, but I got metal I do magazines for, and I can also do them on plastic P mags. Let's see, I also do plaques, wooden plaques. So if you guys need something done for your company, swag or something personal. And also I do novelty items. This is one of my best sellers, Lord's Prayer. And this is all wood.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, and it's just cut out like that. And there you go.
Yep. So don't forget to like us And like this, wherever you see the show, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, anywhere you see the show, give us a like.
Yeah.
It helps us.
This show is on. We're going to put it on IG in here in a few minutes, and just to get viewers to come from IG and to come over to our YouTube page. But we're on YouTube, the Two Alphas Talk. We're on Facebook, Saber Team Tactical LLC, and we're on Twitch, Saber Team 19. Also, this is a call-in show, interactive show. You can get on any of the 3 platforms, and you can text or type in, and we will put your stuff on the air if it's appropriate. Also, too, this is a call-in show. For the number is 404 692-0561. And if you guys want to talk to us and have a conversation with us on the air and share your opinions and your thoughts, you're more than welcome. You get unruly, I'll throw you off the air.
Oh, Lord, he went right there, right from the top.
I have no problem with that. So I saw you started. Where is it? Did it come? Did you start it, Al?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Okay, I don't see it.
I sent you a request.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go.
Ta-da.
Boom. Ta-da! There I am.
Yep. Now, when you're looking at Instagram, you will see the raw, and we got a nice jazzed up production coming out on YouTube and Twitch and
Did I come in?
Facebook Live. Yeah, you did. I see you.
Oh, you see me?
Yep. Here we go. I'm gonna give you a little wave. Bam. Yep.
Okay. Because usually I see both screens. I don't see both screens.
Right. It did. It said he joined, but I'm like, I agree with you.
Yeah. It says requested. There it is.
You requested it, and I sent you one. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Did you switch it? There. Should be switching now.
All right, there it is. Turn your audio down.
Bro, my audio is off.
Okay, that's mine then. My bad. All right, cool. All right, we're on IG, guys. So on IG, come over to YouTube and enjoy the show, like and follow, so we can get this stuff up. Tonight's topics, like I said, we're going to talk about off the body carry first, and with that, you got off the body carry has been getting very crazy lately.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand what the concealed carry law is, and I think they just think the concealed carry laws they can just carry anywhere, and there's a lot of people carrying exposed now. We see a lot of that, and instead of concealed, and it's really unnecessary, and you're not supposed to do that if you're carrying for constitutional carry. You're supposed to carry concealed. So I don't understand why people are actually they don't read the law.
We're discussing this is basically in the state of Georgia.
Right.
You know, other states have their own rules, but in the state of Georgia, you definitely have to have your firearm concealed unless you have a weapons carry license.
So off the body carry is a lot of people carrying firearms in backpacks, book bags. Yeah, women.
For men. Isn't that an adult backpack?
No, yeah. You know, you seen those guys, they're wearing those remember how they used to wear the fanny packs? But now they wearing them all these new high speed bags. They're wearing a crossbody. Those are guns in there. Yeah. A lot of people.
I would not think otherwise.
Yeah, those are firearms in there, and a lot of people think they're not firearms in there, but they are firearms.
I mean, how much chapstick can a man carry?
Chapstick? Who's carrying chapstick?
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing is other than cash and my wallet. What else am I going to carry?
Right.
You know, I'm sorry. I grew up in a time where everything was delineated.
You
know, either you were a man or you weren't a man, and that's as simple as that.
Right. Now we know some people. We know. Yeah. Yep. Crossbody carry. You guys on Instagram. You guys. We'll try to answer some of your questions as we can, but if you really want to follow the show, go to YouTube, follow and like, and Twitch. That's where
surprise.
you can really see the show
And
100%, and
interact a lot better.
with its all glory,
Mhm.
and your questions and comments will go on air. Um, so a lot of and then you have women carry them in the purses still.
Mhm.
They haven't figured
I
that out.
understand that part because that's what women do. They carry purses, and I know that's probably controversial. Somebody's going to probably have comments about that later on, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. That's understandable. But you can put a trigger guard on a pistol inside of a purse and
Hmm.
carry that. And I would have no problem if I saw guys carrying it in their front pocket like a G17 with a trigger guard. But you're talking
Hmm.
about people with no trigger guard. And I don't really care if you shoot yourself. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if you shoot yourself. I don't. But I'd like to, as a coach, as a lead instructor, I'd like to educate you prior to. So if you decide, even after hearing us tell at least a trigger guard on that gun, and you say, I don't need it, I'm good, and then you shoot yourself, that's up to you. And
Yeah,
it's your right. It's your right to shoot yourself.
it's a it's you.
Mhm.
That's pretty funny. You had a right to shoot yourself.
You have
Yeah,
you have a right to shoot yourself. That's what you wanna do.
yeah. What you
What
do?
right.
You do.
Yep. You call the
I'm not
police,
gonna.
nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not
Even
gonna
if the
stop
police
you.
see you do it, nothing maybe some reckless endangerment if somebody really wants to push it. But if I
Right,
saw somebody shot themselves, man, he got enough pain. Send him on his way.
right, right. Which
Call an
is
ambulance and it's over.
no, it's ambulance.
Ooh, ooh, Amber Lance.
ambulance, ambulance. Yeah. So it's crazy. I don't do off the body carry. I never have.
Mhm.
Um,
I'm
I
not a
always.
hypocrite. I did.
Yeah.
When
Oh, you
I
did.
worked, yeah, man. Working investigations and things like that. There's plenty of times that gun went in a desk drawer.
Mm,
I'm not gonna lie. And this was back in the
wow.
'80s and the '90s. Yeah,
Wow.
it happens.
Yeah.
You're sitting there and you're inside for a number of hours and
Just
doing
take it off because
investigation,
it's heavy. It's heavy.
especially a Beretta 92 FS.
Right.
And then the crazy thing is you see guys who are more veteran than you are, and they
Mm-hmm.
do. So it's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. And you
Right.
say, oh yeah, after a while you don't want to be Tackleberry all the time. So you put
Mm-hmm.
that gun in there, and I can tell you a few times where I needed it right then and there, and next thing I know, gun was in my hand, and I was like,
Mm.
I don't remember going back to the desk drawer to get it, but it
Mm.
happened
Interesting.
because oh yeah, and I knew I was not in the office at the time that it was needed, and next
Mm-hmm.
thing I know, I had my gun, not anybody's gun, but my gun in my hand.
Wow. That's interesting.
Mhm.
Very, very interesting. Yeah. So, yeah. How? Oh, from Norway. Look at this. Hi from Norway. Hey, how you doing?
I guess that was boys. That's cool.
Huh?
I don't
Yeah,
speak Norwegian,
boys.
so I mean that was a
Yeah,
good
me neither.
answer. Mhm.
Hope you guys are doing well. We are doing well, and thank
Thank
you
you. Yep.
for asking. So,
Yeah.
uh,
So with the off body carry, that's one of the a key consideration is the trigger. That is it.
yeah.
That is it. The trigger.
Can you guard the trigger,
Yep.
or do you have a trigger guarding some type some type of holster or apparatus to guard the trigger?
Mhm.
Yeah. If you don't have nothing like that, then we got a problem because now
Right.
your firearm is going to go off when your
Mhm.
keys get in there or that tootsie roll.
Right.
you
And
got in your
and
you got
think
in
about
that
it.
bag.
We were discussing pocketbooks and a traditional pocketbook where there's what do you call it? Lipstick and
Yeah.
eyeliner sticks,
Um.
pencils, pens,
Yeah.
things like that.
The biggest
You
one
know.
is these things, but the ones that's shaped like chapstick. This is lip balm. Yeah. When
Mhm.
those are the biggest
Right.
things that will get in your trigger and will set your firearm off.
Mhm.
Yeah, and your
Right.
keys.
And you think of, and especially if you're loaded, the
Mm-hmm.
firearm's loaded, a magazine, fully loaded magazine,
And got
that
one
weight
that's
alone can force it forward.
right. It'll disengage
You
the
know.
safety
Mhm.
on the on the Glock
Glock.
and give it that
Mhm.
human pressure.
All the copycats of the Glock, from
Mm-hmm.
SIG to Smith and Wesson to Taurus, they all have that same little tab on the trigger.
Mm-hmm. But then you got to
So
ask
they all
yourself,
get it.
how many of you guys who off the body carry practice carrying off the body? I mean,
And drawing from off body.
yeah. Have you guys taken a class on how to draw from off the body? Have they put you under a clock to see how you can draw off the body, put 3 rounds into a target, and uh, well, deploy your firearm
Right.
first, then put 3 rounds
Mhm.
into a target, and and be successful at hitting where you want to hit. Not just
Mhm.
putting 3 rounds in the area, but actually placing those 3 rounds into a good solid uh, A zone position.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
have
There's
you
a guy
guys?
that does on YouTube. I think it was YouTube that I saw it, and he's got one of those bags that you're speaking of, commando pouches, and
Mm-hmm.
he puts his hand in a gun, and everybody's saying it's a 22, but you can see the shell casing. It's at least a 9mm. It just has a side ejector port like the TX-22 by Taurus. Nonetheless, he shoots through the gun, and as he's shooting through the gun, he then draws a gun and it jams. A failure to feed. So he does the slap rack and gets it back in the order.
Right.
Most of the
So
comments were off base with, oh, he limp wristed it. No, 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 no. The gun got retarded while it was inside the gun. It wasn't allowed to fully cycle in order to extract and then put another round in the chamber.
so we don't know Norway's firearms laws because we're here in the United States in a state called Georgia where we have constitutional carry. So you say you're biased from off the body
Georgia,
carry.
USA.
Hmm? Georgia, USA.
Georgia, USA.
USA. And so we have a constitution of the Second Amendment here which support our firearms. So we don't know what is your regulations and rules are there. But we can carry on our bodies and off the bodies here legally and with no repercussions from the authorities or law enforcement. As long as you are not a felon and your firearm's not stolen and you don't try to carry into an area that has a what do you call it, metal detector with a law enforcement
Magnetometer.
magnetometer. So the laws are very very good here for freedom. So he said the police in Norway is not allowed to carry guns here. Oh wow, that's very interesting. Wow. So don't want to get off topic, but do the average citizen can own a firearm there? That's something we'd like to know. And you guys on Instagram, go on to Facebook. So the average citizen cannot carry a firearm, and they can only carry it for hunting, only for hunting, and time. What's that? So time 1.9 seconds
He
via
trains at
off
many
the body.
distance
Yeah, but
from
I
off
train from
body.
any distance. Okay,
Right.
you must be military or law enforcement or just that. Oh yeah, I know who this is. Oh my god, there he is. Well, we know you a shooter, so
Right.
yeah, we know you train.
Right. But see, the thing about that last caller, or not caller, but the person that just texted in
Chat,
from
right?
chat or from
Norway.
Norway, people who are listening who are not Norway, or people local and Georgia folks, should understand and listen to people who live in other countries where he cannot own a firearm to defend himself, and you're going to wait for the
Mm-hmm.
police who are already overworked and don't have enough understaffed, and you're going to wait for
Oh
them to defend you.
yeah. Here's this. It was a kid got shot in Chicago. Lady lives next door to the police department. Kid gets shots. He goes to her house that's for help. She calls the police. Police takes 45 minutes to get there. The kid bleeds out, and and the police department is less than a block away.
Right.
So
The police
isn't
are
that
not
something?
EMS.
No,
Yeah, that's
they're
the
not.
911
Yeah,
is a better call than
right.
trying to knock on the door next door, to be honest.
Yeah. He's
Because
like,
at that
yeah,
point,
yeah, you know me. Yeah, yeah,
mhm,
we know you. uh, yeah, so yeah, that's true. Yeah, It's very
Mhm.
interesting.
So we're picking up a little traction on Instagram. Guys, if you will, go over to YouTube or Twitch or what's the other one? Facebook
Hey,
Live, and you'll see our little bit more polished show. Thank you.
there you
What's
go,
up,
Brent.
Rexy?
Right. So we're on everybody that we're on YouTube, the Two Alphas Talk.
Mhm.
Go like, share, and follow. And we're on Twitch, Saberteam19. We're on Facebook, Saberteam Tactical LLC. And I just posted it on LinkedIn too. So the link is on LinkedIn. So we're live there too. And yeah, so for you guys on Instagram, please go to one of those channels and you guys can chat to us and we'll put your stuff on the air. So um, EDC, basically EDC is everyday carry. And for everyday carry, it's what do you carry? I know what I carry. I carry a pistol, spare magazines, and some type of non-lethal, which is pepper spray. I carry a good knife, and I also carry, which I don't have in my pocket now, but it is I carry a tourniquet and an Israeli 6-inch blood stopper that goes with me everywhere I go. And so the blood stopper and the tourniquet is not for the people I shoot, but it's for me if I get shot.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
remember that. Yeah.
Yep. I have a basic IFAC that goes with me, and I'm not as diligent as the guy next in the next block over, but it goes with me.
I'm on
It's
this
in the
side. I'm
car.
on the other side.
That way, the guy
Yeah.
over there.
Right.
But yeah, but available. So and definitely have it when I'm at the range, whether
Yeah.
I'm training or by myself or hosting a class. We make sure we go over that right from the very beginning, let everyone know the procedures if somebody should get hurt, whether it's from a firearm injury or just somebody falls down and scuffs themselves up or breaks an ankle. You know, we have to triage and we have to make sure we get the proper EMS to them.
There we go. Can I ask you Americans to explain to the Norwegian why people need to carry guns? For number one, in the United States, because we have the Second Amendment and it is our right. We're born with this right. Okay. That's why we carry guns. And we don't just carry them for self protection, we carry them for um, anything else that may happen in the United States. That's what they're for. And
Mhm.
nobody can take that right away, but they're trying to. And
Yep.
so we exercise our rights here.
It also
And
makes us Americans.
right.
It's which makes it unique as opposed to the rest of the world. And you know, there's a lot of talk, whether you believe it or not, where the New World Order and things being coming into one unified leadership. Americans are not a part of that because we have the right to defend ourselves, and there's a lot
And
of us. We don't
and
need
if
missiles.
yeah, and if we think the politics are to blame for schools shootings in your country, yes, they
Mm-mm.
are because they're refusing to harden the schools.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
And so we're asking our politicians to put money instead of giving money to countries like Ukraine and other countries to support
China.
them. China, take that money, harden the schools. We get some killers in there to protect those schools. You have security measures, one entrance in, one entrance out. You have security measures, you have cameras. And until they do that, the school shootings will stop because everybody knows it's a soft target. Like the school shootings that we had in Texas, somebody left a door unlocked. So
Hmm.
until the people work there actually abide by the rules, nothing's going to change.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, and if you look at any countries, you can even ask the guy from Norway. I think it says Plofisk. If you ask him what security measures they have at his school, which again he just mentioned that they don't have the
Police don't
right
even
to
carry
carry a
guns.
firearm, right, and
Yeah,
the police don't carry
police don't
guns.
even carry guns.
But
Yeah,
I will guarantee you that schools are hardened. I guarantee you that schools have one way in, one way out. I guarantee that they don't deal with the same things that we're dealing with here with our children in a gun-free zone.
and also too, if our news media stop glorifying are school shootings, and because they don't glorify and show what's going on in one of our cities called Chicago. Over the 4th of July weekend, we had 75 people get shot, 18 of them died. And so, but they don't even talk about it. They brush right over it like it's never happened.
But they're still
But
harping on that 4th of July mass shooting.
right, they're still hopping on the 4th of
You
July
notice you
mass.
don't hear about Philadelphia's, but you hear
No,
about the Chicago one.
that's
Highland
right.
Park. You hear about
hmm
Highland Park still. You don't hear anything about Philly.
Right. So
It
it's
happened on the same day.
they're picking and choosing which ones to
Mhm.
glorify, which ones to show, and which ones to get the American people outraged, and emotionally charged. It's all
Yep.
political in order to seize and destroy the Second Amendment of the United States, which is
Mhm.
hard to do unless you get rid of the Constitution. But if we don't watch it, our younger, dumb generation is going to actually do this.
Well, not
And
all of them. That's
not
not.
all of them, but
Got a
some of
large
them will.
percentage of intelligent young people.
Well,
We have hope.
I'm still looking for them.
Mm.
I'm still looking
I
for
have,
them.
I have to point them out to you next time we're at it.
Okay, so okay. Thank you for your perspective, and I
Absolutely.
feel better now.
And in this
Thank
country, and
you
the
for.
last thing, and go ahead. I saw you
I was
about to
going to
get
say
into
thank
it.
you for answering that question, and thank you for letting us explain.
Yep.
Go ahead, Al.
And the other thing is when you look at the United States, we have a population base that's huge. We have a police government aid units that are very small. So for an example, and I'm giving you numbers that you can hold me to. You can call me on it, and I'm sure I'm close to it. Right. For every 100,000 people in the United States, there's 2 cops.
Hmm,
Think about
right.
Think I'm talking about the entire population of police officers who are also citizens of this country, and then the populace of people.
But how
So
many
those
donut
comparisons
shops we have?
about ooh, Dunkin' Donuts.
I just had to get you in
Maybe we can get a Dunkin'
there.
Donuts sponsor.
All right. He said that is true. Comparing the little Norway is about 5 million.
Right, yeah, but
But to be
that's the
fair,
other
yeah.
reason is, um my partner mentioned, being able to defend ourselves against tyranny, and he did it in a very good way. I'm just gonna come right out like a
You
but
just-
it is what it is.
I could have started a whole nother subject on that
I
one.
know that's why I
Yeah,
know you. So
yeah,
you did what
yeah,
you need to do, but I'm
yeah.
gonna do it this way. And the other thing is that mainly is defense, is because we have people in this country that are willing to harm other people for no reason whatsoever. And those people need to be defended against. And the only way you're going to defend against those people is with firearms. You can't do karate out in the middle of the street
Right.
with
How
6
does
dudes.
I learned this a long time ago, and I won't tell you where I learned it, but I learned in order to combat violence, you must meet it with more and aggressive violence.
Yeah.
Until you understand that, then you'll understand why most of us carry a firearm. I'm armed
Mhm.
right now. So
Mhm.
just sitting here doing this podcast, I have a firearm on my hip. I don't need to pull it out. I don't need to show you because I know
Right.
it's not a toy and it's
Nope.
there for tools. So I keep it on my hip.
And it's not bedtime yet, so it stays there.
Right.
Mhm.
We are in NATO, so it all depends on us. Yeah.
On
Right.
the US.
Yeah. Yeah. On the
We're in
US.
NATO, so
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
dependent on the US.
Yeah. Good luck with
Yep.
that.
Yeah. And he's right, because everyone knows across the world that NATO is the United States.
Right.
Yeah, they may take votes and they do things from time to time that the United States is 100% agreement with. But if you look at what the things in the last administration with the United States, they exposed NATO for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Trump called them out. He said he wanted them to pay more because he had freeloading countries in there, and we were doing all the work.
Right. And they did
Almost
start paying
like,
more.
and exactly.
Yeah.
But people know that, and you have to speak to people outside of your side. You follow me? So we're Americans, we're 100% great. We're always, that's it. That's we're the best.
Yep.
But
He
when you
said
start
that
talking to other
that was the
people
US.
and
Yep.
listen to them, then you'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find out,
Yeah.
and that's where you
So
find the truth.
right. So
All right, guys. So we're
oh,
gonna come up on our intermission,
hold on.
and
Yeah,
you got
well,
another
we're
question, another
gonna hey
statement?
Brent, we're gonna answer your question after we do the commercial break. So
Yep.
just hang on and we'll We'll come right back to you.
I often get the question, why train with Sabre Team? And one of the things at Sabre Team, we teach you from the basics on up. We do beginning classes where we get the fundamentals in play. We get sight alignment, sight mark, all your marksmanship principles in. We move forward from there, and we do advanced and intermediate training where we actually start teaching how to fight with a gun. That's the difference between shooting a gun and fighting with a gun. When you're fighting with a gun, you're trying to make hits. When you're shooting a gun, you're looking for bullseyes. We teach you how to move, get off the X, not move in a parallel motion, not be a robot.
When you get your grip, you're riding that down.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do for you is what I do when I have guns like that.
Okay.
Put your thumb right there.
Gotcha.
It's going to take some work and effort for you to get it there. When you dry fire at home, get that thumb on the outside. Go. Get it. Good.
So if you decide that you want to carry a gun, you just bought a new gun and you're ready to go, you need to come out and train. Whether it's with Sabre Team or somebody else that's vested and vetted and has the knowledge and information that you need. And how do you find that? You reach out to them, you speak to them, you ask them serious questions about what they've done to get to a level of proficiency that will be able to transmit or transfer to you. At Sabre Team, we've taken classes from everybody with big names, all the big names, you name it, and we've probably been to one of those training courses to learn how to fight with a gun. And then we then turn around and teach our students the same thing. So we implore everyone to come out and shoot with Sabre Team because we are
All right, cool.
Yep,
All right,
there I am.
guys.
Yep, this is live, baby.
All right, we don't know what happened there. That was crazy.
Gremlins.
All right, can you guys hear us all right? I got some hissing going. Can you hear any hissing on me?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see what. Let's go ahead and answer. Let me put the stuff back up. That was strange. Lost the whole show. It just locked up on my end. You know. All right.
See? Look at Brett.
All right. He says sounds good. Thank you. We're gonna put your stuff on the air, Brett. All right. Okay. The national capital has security of 6.5 officers for every 1,000 residents compared to New York City. Most
New York.
compared to New York State.
Right.
Most police state.
The most police state with 4.3
The most police
and a
states
national
within
average
3.5 of the average of 2.
I said,
right.
I don't know. I think I said a higher number, but
yeah,
all the ones you got.
I think you had the numbers reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I said I knew it was a 2 in there, and it was at least 1,000.
Yeah.
Plus. So think about that. Those odds are terrible. If you just imagine the police versus citizens,
right?
1,000 to 2.8. That's it. Not 2.8 thousand. 2.8. You know what's the movie years ago? 300. that though they had better odds with the 300,
Right.
and they lost.
Right.
So
They had swords.
right, and they had the
Those,
high ground, they had the funnel
those,
channel, all
those
kind
are
of good stuff.
those
Tactically,
are real men back then.
exactly. But now think about it. So if you in an area, a high dense population, and you have 2 officers per 1,000, that's
That's
national.
not a lot. That's not a
That's not
lot.
a lot. And
It's
that's
not.
why when people complain all the time about the police because they called because there was a cat in the tree. What the hell did you call the police for?
Yeah.
And
Call
they
the fire
they
department.
have to attend
Call
those
the fire
calls,
department. Yeah.
that are
Non-emergency.
non-emergency. And
Anything.
then yep, go ahead.
Life emergency should be a car accident, life-threatening, violence, robberies,
Mhm.
something in that nature.
But see, that's
Murders.
the change. You're talking about the last 20 years. Prior to that, in the 40s and the 50s and 60s, even in some part of the 70s, policing was so much easier.
Right.
Where guys could come out because somebody's child didn't want to do their homework, and the officer can
Oh
actually have a
yeah. Come out and
conversation
talk
with
to
them.
them.
And not in
Yeah.
a way of scaring them, but literally have
Yeah.
a conversation with them to kind of coax them into doing whatever is right. Cops don't have that time no more. They have special units for that now. They have community
Right.
policing units, a whole unit specific just to do community policing. When the officer is the community,
And we
whether he lives there or not, he's there every day. You
we
follow
don't.
me?
And Karen is calling cops all the time.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and
I
they got
just
to
had to
attend the
say that.
Karen calls.
I just
Right.
had to say that one.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's the nature,
Right.
2.8 to 1,000 citizens.
Right.
And the majority of that 1,000 probably never call the police.
Right.
But yet they pay their taxes, and when they need the police, they should have the right to be able to call them.
Right.
That's why we have a Second Amendment, because
Yeah.
most people take matters in their own hand. I'd rather defend myself and then explain to the government when the police get there what I had to do,
Right. Yeah.
than to wait for them and hope that they get there on
Whether it be
time.
judged by 6. No, judged by
12.
12 and carried by 6. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And with that, how many? I know you guys. A lot of guys carry these extra spare magazine. Now I'll show this one because it's not that deadly. I need to clean it. It's got to. But I don't clean my gear, but I just run it until it breaks. That's what I do. And but spare mags. How many spare? There's a lot of you guys just carry a firearm and no spare mags,
Yep.
thinking that what
You're
what
good
if
to go.
yeah, you're good to go with that one magazine. What if you have a malfunction?
Right.
What
The
if
odds
that?
have gotten better, and Brett, see, you seem really good with research. The odds have gotten better, but at one time it was almost 85% of the opportunities for a gun to malfunction came from the magazine itself.
But check this out. A
Mhm.
lot of inexperienced people, when you watch those shootings on TV, even the police are doing it. The hitting the slide release. I mean, that slide
Mhm.
release, the
The
magazine
magazine.
release by
Mhm.
accident, by over squeezing.
Right.
And what happens is the magazine comes out, it's on the ground.
Right.
Now you got that one magazine. Now you standing in the middle of the open, in the middle of a fight. Now you got to reach down there, take your eyes off of what you're actually engaging, and grab your magazine and put it back in and go back to work.
Well, see, you said a lot just to say die.
Basically,
Mhm.
yeah. Basically, that's what it's going
There's
to
a
come
lot
down
just
to.
you're gonna die.
You can die.
'Cause
Yeah.
at that point, it's really hard to overcome that, and that's the reason why you should have at least one magazine, if not 2.
Right.
When people come new, I always tell them 2, because that way, if they downgrade, at least they have 1.
Right.
And
For
in that
me,
case, that old adage of 1 is good, 2 is better,
now
always.
this is my philosophy why I carry. I see your chat. We'll put up in a minute. The reason why I carry 3 is the first one is the engagement. The second one is the retrograde. If I have to get out of the area and still throwing stuff. The third one is when I have to hunker down. Each magazine has 17 in the pipe, so that's a lot of rounds for me. So I'm not going to be just trying to count my shots and say, okay, I need to put 3 here, 3 there. I'm going to put them violently and it's gonna probably be maybe 6, 7. It's gonna be a number. It's gonna be a high count. So whoever's on the receiving end they're not gonna be prepared for that high count. So and they're gonna be hitting. So that's the way I do it, and that's why I carry 3, because I know how I'm gonna expend my ammunition.
Right.
Yeah.
Go
ahead,
see, that's
Alex,
because
say
it's just where you train.
Right. I've trained that way. So American guns are sure the best. I used them when I was in the military. Yep, there you go. I knew you was military the way you was talking. And there was almost no jams. Nope. Not unless you keep them clean.
Especially a Glock.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And everything else after Glock is a Glock clone. You look at the Smith & Wesson M&P.
Right.
It's a lot of Glock. You look at the 6 Hour. There's a lot of Glock. Even the new Taurus is out. There are a lot of Glock in there. Stoger. It's a Glock G19 clone.
Yeah. Which I won't buy because it's too expensive. It's ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, the original is good enough.
Yeah. Because they built their stuff on perfection, and they know, and that is perfection. You know, and they know it may not look like perfection, but they know for a fact it is a beast. You know, and they know that, and they stand behind it. Let's see. When carrying spare mags, people need to train during tactical mag changes, and malfunction drill. Yes, because it should, when you run out, it should be automatically and fluent that you go back to the next.
There's a feel when the gun.
Your hand should automatically go that to it. It should automatically
feel.
go.
Let me see Reggie's on this side.
Yeah,
there's a feel.
He said 1911.
There's a feel.
He said 1911 and Glocks are the most influential pistols. Yes. Glock, well, 19 is an iconic historical weapon.
Right.
And 1911 is a historical iconic weapon. A lot of old timers use it, but it's heavy. Round counts 8. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 safeties on that thing. 4 mechanically, and 1 is self-induced. But the Glock is an AK of pistols, so that's why it's the most used around the world.
So you know the other thing about what he was saying in reference to, most people think 9mm pistols are Glocks. Seriously, like the uninformed people think that every 9mm is a Glock. Right. Correct. And that's how iconic modern day Glock, the Glock pistol is. Right. All right, there's enough Glock talk. We're not getting paid for this.
Right. Also, rotating the ammunition carrier on the magazine. I never wrote. I don't do that.
I was about to say I understand where he's coming from, and when I was a sponsored shooter, I did that. When they lost that sponsorship, I mean, as retired from being a police officer, that rotation got a little longer. I rotated, and like you see, periodically is subjective. It doesn't mean 6 months. It doesn't mean once a year.
But technically, you can leave magazines. Today's magazine here, 9mm are better. Any round is better. It doesn't matter if it's 22. It's long shot placement. It's going to be very effective.
Yeah.
So for me, when I load magazines, I never unload them. They may stay like that for years. Okay, and they will work.
I think he's talking about the ammunition itself, not necessarily the magazine spring capacity. He said rotate the ammunition carried in the magazines periodically so that you don't have the same bullet in the same spot all the time. There's like 3 ways that we can look at this. 1, change the ammunition. 2, decompress the springs. And 3, don't have that same round sitting underneath the firing pin all the time. Move that one around. There's a lot of people talk about that. I've seen some raggedy guns that have been sitting under somebody's front seat for the last 2 years. You take it out and it still fires as long as it's a Glock.
Right. I understand where you're coming from that, because that first round is exposed to the element, and the element will have a tendency to corrode the primer. So that's why you use non-corrosive primer ammunition. You pay a little extra more for that for carry ammunition. And yes, he's talking about the ammunition. So you can look at it and see if it's bad. And every once in a while, like maybe once a year, I go ahead and I shoot that magazine that's in that firearm and
Yep.
and expend it. And then just rotate it from one of the other ones I have on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not.
You use the
I don't.
same carry ammunition all the time.
Yeah.
The same
Yeah.
the manufacturer and all.
No, I just use what works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm not into all this ballistic gel
Mhm.
catch and all this stuff because I don't believe in that.
Mhm.
Because
You don't
I
believe in
know
the 16 inches?
no.
That's the FBI, bro.
Yeah. Because I
FBI
know
said we
for a
should do that.
fact that ever since 1932, the 9mm bullet has been killing people as a ball ammunition, and especially when Dr. Luger made the Luger pistol for Adolf Hitler.
Mm.
So
Ooh.
I know for a fact.
Okay.
I don't need to, worry about that. It's been working. What is this? Let's get into Full Metal Jacket.
Oh no.
Nah.
Ooh.
That's another show. And I'll eat you guys alive on that. FN57 is for sure the best pistol round ever made. Yes, I have an FN57 and I love it. Expensive to shoot, but I do love it. Gadgets on guns.
Right.
Is another thing that I get tired of seeing. These people with the extended magazines that come out, they're about 12 inches long.
Bro,
and
what about the drum
everybody's
magazine
got
9mm? The drum magazine for the Glock. What about the drum magazine for the Glock?
Oh yeah, drum. They're carrying those in their hips.
They're carrying them in their pockets.
A drum magazine for the Glock in their pocket. That's absolutely stupid. Absolutely. That is absolutely stupid. Yep. Like some shot placement is key. Yep. That's absolutely stupid. Then I've seen a pistol with a flashlight and a laser on it. Now, how are you running a flashlight and a laser? I mean, that's just stupid.
They sell it, so why not buy it? They sell it, so why not buy it? It makes no sense. And the other thing is, I can prove to any person, I don't give a heck what level they are, that you're faster without a laser than you are with a laser.
Right. Because, yes, what is true, because you're going to be hunting with this, you're going to be trying to find the laser dot and actually worrying about what you need to be doing.
And at that time, if you're in a conflict, you'll be taking rounds.
Yep.
So now you become a meat magnet.
Right. It's a meat magnet. Yeah. Swiss cheese.
Yep.
But
that's not the only one. We talk about holsters too. Right? When you look at holsters, I don't even know the name of the thing. The one that's a little pouch and you slide it down the front of your leg like some kind of spit bag, and then you pull it out, and then the holster.
You're talking about the one they're wearing on the hip? Or the one that they got in the waistband? It's a waistband one.
It's hidden. If you watch,
oh yeah, you pull it. Yeah, that's
they
stupid.
say if you want to be secret,
that's another gadget. Yeah, I saw
that one.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yes, one.
In a critical conflict, you need your weapon, dude. I've seen people draw that gun out of that same thing, and the gun tips over and
it flipped out and hit the ground.
Yep.
And if it was a cheap pistol, it's gonna go off, and you're gonna be looking like that dude. And remember that show, "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker"?
Oh
yeah. The guy fell down and had all that ammunition on.
Pop, pop.
Right, right. That's what you're gonna look like. You're gonna look stupid.
Cheap holsters, also.
Right.
Stay away from cheap holsters.
Yeah.
I know the price is enticing, but they're cheap. They are cheap for a reason. They don't work.
And here's another one. If you're not a proficient shooter, do not get a trigger job. Because that trigger job is not going to make you a better shooter. It's going to make you dangerous. Because now your fingers, you're a horrible shooter, and you couldn't get your trigger pull and your shot placement correct in the first place. Now you're going to get that trigger job on there. It's going to have less pressure for you to put on it. So now you're going to engage the pistol before you even get on target.
Right.
and you're just
Mhm.
gonna be all over the place
But
because you
my
just
uncle said that if I got a hairpin trigger, a hair pull trigger, then I would be a better shooter. And he was
okay,
in Korea.
right,
Not the
yeah,
war. He just went to Korea.
right. It's on vacation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stupid stuff out there. You
Mhm.
know, it's, if you carry a pistol every day, you should be going to the range and practice. Yes,
Absolutely. And this
and
is coming from Norway.
we both will be on the range tomorrow teaching classes.
Mhm.
So and yeah, you should practice, 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 practice what you preach, practice what you do. I
Yep.
won't get to shoot my pistol, but I will be throwing some rifle rounds down range.
Yeah, both doing rifles tomorrow. Might do a
Yeah,
little. I think at the end we're doing transitions, but for the most part, it's all rifle.
yeah, not these guys. No,
Mm.
no, all rifle. Nope.
Okay. It,
Yeah,
it's safer that way.
right. Yeah, I'm not doing that. And let's see, what's another one? Yeah, not just pistols, but you see the guys with laser rangefinders. No, the lasers on an AR. Why do you need a laser on an AR? Are you guys calling in airstrikes? What's the deal? I know it looks cool and they have it on TV and all this other stuff, but you don't need it. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I'll
Red
let you
arm.
go first. Go ahead. You go first.
What's that? Red arm.
WKG.
Hmm?
That next one right there. Read it. You go ahead.
Oh, red RMR dots on pistols with high compressor size. Right. Yeah. Or not just red dots. They put in cans on pistols now and carrying them in holsters.
Mm.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
But you got a lot of new people, and I'm hoping that by the time I'm in my 60s, this will have run its course.
Mm-hmm. All right. He was a medic in the Norway army, and all he had was a trusty
Trusted
Beretta.
Beretta. I
Right.
believe in the
92F.
92 FS. I
Yeah,
believe in the
probably was a
92F,
92F.
the FS, the G's, all of them. They are one of my favorite guns to shoot.
Yeah,
And you can ask most people.
Yeah, I seen him shoot the eyebrows off a fly with one of those things.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know?
He said you have
Yeah.
not seen an open carried can. Yes.
Yes, it's kind. Yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
looked hard enough. It's there. It is
Yep.
there. They're doing it. They're
Yep.
doing it, and how they're
I'm
doing it,
telling
they
you.
get there's a holster that's made by FN that's designed for a can. So so it's open in the front. So when you pull it, it's all open, and the can can go
Like
right
those
on there.
older ID IPSC holsters.
Can
Those
do it
race
too.
gun holsters. No, the
Yeah.
race gun holsters, it was just basically a platform where it sat here and the gun sat on top of it. So when you draw, you didn't really draw, you just lifted.
Mm-hmm. Right. Great pistols. Never had to combat fire. Thank you. Thank God.
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent pistols. I wish I had bought me one. And mistakes. There's a lot of stuff I should have bought.
Stuff happens. But you should, when you're looking at additions or accessories to any gun, you should make sure that it's useful and has a dedicated purpose. So when somebody puts 33 round magazine on it, the magazine was made in Korea, and you really don't know if 33 rounds are going to fire from it, that's a problem.
Right.
You need to test that out. Just don't go for the gram look and this is going to be cool. Maybe it's cool on video games. I don't know because I don't play video games, but I understand. A lot of the guys are getting their knowledge and their base of knowledge is coming from video games.
Right.
So they see things that are cool and a pixelated animated character doing it doesn't translate to the real world.
And a lot of the Korean magazines for pistols, especially the Glock clones, they had a lot of problems. They were cheap. And if you loaded them to full capacity, you was guaranteed to get a jam because the plastic was cheap. And what was happening when you load them full, the plastic expands. So then it gets them out of time. So now it'll jam in between halfway. So you may get 7 rounds off. You got a whole magazine that's jammed up. It won't even come to the top.
I blame Magpul because Magpul was the first ones that came up with a drum magazine that actually worked. Before that, you had hit and miss. You can get 3 or 4 KCI drum magazines. Try them out. One out of 3 would work.
Mm-hmm.
MacBook comes along and they make the perfect drum magazine for ARs. I think it was 60 round magazine, and then they
Mm-hmm.
moved it in from there. I believe they make one for the Glock
Yeah, I
50
won't do
round.
a drum because they're too expensive, and I won't. I
I have no
won't.
need for it.
I mean, you have no need for it, and you need
Right.
special pouches to carry it, and
Mhm.
because you're not just going to drop it on the ground when
Think
you got
about it,
to
bro.
use it.
If you have a you and me and
Mm-hmm.
the guys that we know, proficient people,
Right.
Omar, Reggie will be, guys like that. You think about this. 60 rounds. Do you think that somebody can let off 60 rounds continuously before we can let off 60 rounds? And what's the split? What will be the split time? Just one of those things where you're just gonna keep shooting until we get the 60. Two 30-round magazines and one person with a 60-round drum. I guarantee you at the max it'll be 3 seconds difference.
Yeah, I think I can get more rounds off. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
easily. Yeah.
Yep. And
Number one,
that's
I'm
at the max.
I'm gonna be close to you by the time I get my last round.
See
Is
how this
that
guy
true?
goes? I'm just saying a basic race. He wants to shoot somebody.
Oh
I'm not
no,
saying
no, I
shoot
don't want to
nobody.
shoot
I'm
nobody.
saying
No,
I'm
I'm not
just
shooting
saying
nobody.
just a race. You said by the
Yeah,
time I'll be real close. So
yeah,
that
yeah.
means you're about
I'm
you're
just
you're
expressing.
bayonet area.
I'm just
That's
expressing some tactics. That's all
hey
I'm doing.
buddy, I know you.
Yeah. So that is true. I see people use extended magazine suppressor lasers, red dots, even gold-plated guns. There is not.
There's not
Oh, there's not
no way
way.
probably your shot is not worse. Exactly. The
Right,
dirt bag
right, right,
shots. Of course.
right.
A gold plated gun. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Keep that at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
No need for a gold-plated gun.
What's my man from Libya? He had one of those.
Gaddafi.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and also Saddam Hussein had a gold-plated AK.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be here in the United States, from what I understand.
Stuffed in a
yeah.
duffel bag and nobody
No,
knows.
it's in one of the military museums.
Okay.
Yeah, they took it back. Wow, just found 4
See?
suppressor holsters. See, told you. You thought I was joking, didn't you?
Thank
See?
you, Brett. I told you he's got that. I could tell he's got that research in him.
Everybody wants to be an operator, dude. And
Nobody
see,
wants
and
to do operator work.
everybody thinks they want to be an operator. So they're gonna go out and buy all the operator gear. They're gonna buy all the operator boots. They're gonna buy
Until it's
all
time to get
the
shot at.
operator vests.
Mhm.
They're gonna do all this stuff and check this out. But they're gonna be they're not gonna be in shape to wear all this gear to carry it and
Carry it and
mobilize some
haul it.
gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you're not actually
Mexican
doing some
cartel.
cardio with this stuff, and you put it on, you're gonna be a turtle.
Yep.
Because you're gonna maybe go a mile and you're gonna conquer out,
Mhm.
and that's gonna be
Fall
the
on
end of
your
you.
back.
Yeah, you're gonna
So,
be heat exhausted. Yeah, the
yeah,
Mexican
that's the one
cartels
thing
do carry gold AKs. Yes, they do. The bosses do.
for
Not-
your class coming up in November. That'd be a great place for someone to show up with all that kind of gear.
Yeah, show up with that gear and we'll put it to the test and we'll see if it
Mhm.
works.
Exactly.
And let's be ready to work. That's all you have to do. And with that, we want to thank everybody for coming out and watching the show. Thank you for all your questions. Norway,
Comments.
thank you for out there, and we appreciate you stepping in and asking some questions. And like I said, this show is on YouTube, the Two Alphas Talk, and it's actually on the Twitch. Saber Team 19 is the first and ninth. That's infantry unit I was in. And it's on Facebook, Saber Team Tactical LLC. We are broadcasting on IG. So you guys on IG, you saw this. We're doing this to get you guys to come over and support us on YouTube. Please come over and support us. Don't be a ninja watcher. Come over and support us. And like, share, and do all the other good stuff. Like we said, and if you're in the state of Georgia, we will be at the South River Gun Club tomorrow morning.
9
to about
o'clock.
2 or 3. And if you guys see the banners of the flag, and lean to the left, right, Al. If you see that right there, that banner is going to say Saber Team Tactical. Come on out and say hello. We'll be at the range. All right, you got anything, Al?
Yes, I do. I want to thank you once again, my brother, for doing a great show, handling the business, because I know it gets frustrating on that side. And you guys take care of one another. Come out and see us on a training event. We'd love to have you.
All right. And we'll see you on the range.
See you guys.